Hey y'all, and welcome to Watch Cheryl Scrap Live for our month of challenges at the Lily Pad. And this is session 1 for January 1st, 2018. And I'm going to get started here. What you can see on my screen is a blank canvas and the instructions from the forum. So I'm going to start with one solid background paper. If you look down at the instructions, you can choose more than one photo because it says place your photo apostrophe S inside your frame. So I went ahead and pulled 2 photos that I wanted to scrap. No, I am not caught up with December Daily because this is from the 3rd of December. Mine is more like details of December. I didn't have time for daily. So I've got grumpy and I've got happy here from when we are at my mom's doing decorations. So I'm just gonna pull these down, make them a little bit smaller, and I'm gonna go ahead and add my photo edge. All right, and I'm gonna grab a solid paper, and what I'm pulling from is our document your December for 2017. I have almost everything, not quite everything, but pretty much. I do like, I'm supposed to be picking a solid paper. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it over. It's just, you know, a nice solid. It's got kind of a little pattern, but it reads as a solid, so I'm going to go with that. And you can see I am tootling through ACDC, which is how I organize my digital supplies. Lots of people use that in Lightroom, or just navigate through Windows or your Mac, whatever. So right now I'm just viewing, have everything tagged with my document for December and the 2017 tag. So I can just click on that and it just pulls everything up, even though they're in separate folders. So this is Bella Gypsy, a lot like Christmas is what I'm grabbing from here. And let's see if there's any other solid that strikes my fancy. Sorry I'm going pretty fast, but there's a lot in this folder. A lot of alphas.
Because there's so many fun alphas and elements.
There's a lot of alphas. And see, I want to do like the number 3 on the page too, because it is day 3. But I'm like, that will be one of my elements. Drat.
That'll be one of your elements.
Yeah, I don't want to give up my 6, one of my 6 elements to a number. We'll see.
Well, you do get to add a date on there that doesn't count as one of your elements.
Okay, so that's good. All right. Ooh, I like this one from Allison Pennington, though. This craft one. Look at this. Oh. Okay. I think we might have to pull that one over, too.
You're never going to make up your mind. You're going to
Yes,
be like,
I am. I'm going to make it up quickly. I'm going to do it, I promise. I just have to make sure that I've seen everything.
Ooh, Kat's rooting for the craft one. Desiree likes gold paint on that craft. Julie likes the creased and rumpled craft.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the craft myself.
Ooh, Sarah and Leah and Kim. Everybody wants the craft.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
I love it.
That's nice too, though. That's nice, little white. This is from Frostel by Lynn. I don't know now.
Kim's shopping.
Kim is shopping.
There's tags and styles today from Mommyish for $1, so she had to get those.
Yeah, see, you gotta get them when you can get them. Okay, there's lots of fabulous solids here. That's just a nice white one. I think I'm going to go with a craft. Let's see what it looks like with those black and white photos. I kind of like this one, a little bit of a stripe, but it's still like a solid. I don't know.
But is it still a solid or is it now a stripe and a pattern?
I know.
Because you
Ooh,
only
I
get to
like
use
this
one
one
of
too.
each.
I like this one too. Okay, I'm going to pull this one over too.
Sarah, I have always wished that more schools would do year-round school. Especially in Nevada, it would make so much more sense to have the kids in school when it's so blazing hot outside and you can't do anything anyway.
Ooh. Ooh.
Kayla says there's too many good choices.
This one's a solid. And that one's a solid. I like the one with the stars. Like the one with the stars. Okay, that gives me 4 choices, and we're going to go with that for right now. Okay.
Kat says layer all 3 and decide at the end.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull this over. And you know, if you're using Photoshop, Creative Cloud, has it fixed for you yet about pulling the papers in directly onto the canvas? Is it still off for you?
Centering? No, it's centering for me.
Oh, is it?
My text, that's a totally different issue that I'm having with it, but
Okay,
the
so if I
papers are
pull
centering again.
straight in, you're saying that it would work.
It has been for me, but I'm not pulling from AC/DC, I'm pulling from
Yeah.
Windows folders. And it's only not working if I pull, like if I'm zoomed in, it'll center around whatever I'm zoomed in.
Okay, well, it's still doing it for me. So I'm just having to pull them in separately, you know, as separate tabs, and then using the shift, I'm pulling it inside my canvas. So,
Kat's husband made her switch Harry Potter to football. Yeah, Sarah, mine was wonky for a while, but it's been centering since the last update.
okay, so here are my photos. I'm going to pull them up a little bit, and let's see. Okay, here's choice number 1. Here's choice number 2. Here's choice 3. And choice 4.
I really like 3.
You like 3?
Yeah, that one? I don't know. Something about the just not quite cream.
Little ombre.
I really like. I'm outvoted on the side. 4, 4, 4.
With the stars.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to throw something at you. This is the word art that I'm going to go with. Right? I got to flip these over.
Oh, Jennifer agrees with me. 3, well, she says, or 4 too. But.
Okay, so now that I have my word art here, let me go ahead and shadow that real quickly.
So, okay, so when I did this page, just as a totally different, I started with my frame and built around my frame. When are you going to add your frame?
Probably next.
Okay.
We'll see. Let's see.
The word art is...
I'm going to do the word
I can't
art.
read it. Where's the word art from?
Oh, from Joyous by Lynne-Marie.
There you go, Bev. Yeah, Desiree, you did that too. Started with the frame. I don't know. I think I've picked whatever the hardest thing is for me, and that's where I started.
Okay, so I'm kind of liking that.
Me too, Desiree. Confessions with Scrapping with Cheryl. I'm so bad with frames, she said, so I had to start there. Yep, that's my problem too.
I'm gonna hang with this star paper for a while. I'm gonna go with it.
I like how the focus is on the photos with the other paper. I think that's what I like about the number 3 better. Do you know what I mean? Like it pushes the photos, whereas with the white...
so much with the...
No, I know. I think you should keep going and see where you're going.
Yeah, I think it's going to get covered up anyway
Hmm.
because, right, add one pattern paper that is smaller than your background paper.
Yep. It's coming, Sarah.
Okay, let's see. Hmm,
Oh goodness, back to the papers.
right. Okay, this is my chance to add some color, even though
Uh-huh.
I'm tempted to go with the black and white. That was my first thought. Hmm, I don't know. I kind of like some of these. No. Move along, Cheryl. Move along.
Oh. You could make the pattern paper a strip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or the frame could be color. That could add some pop of color.
Okay.
Yeah, Julie, I saw a lot of people went with multi-photo frames, and you know what? I just kind of went with the first frame I found.
Okay, I'm really
So I ended up with
liking.
one.
Mm, I'm really liking this pattern here.
I picked the photo and there was one frame in the kit I wanted to use. Yep, pretty much, Kim.
Okay,
It's a good
so
way of doing
let's
it.
go. Let's just make a big block here. I think I like that. And I'm just using the rectangular marquee tool and my little shortcuts, Control C and V, to put that little bits of paper there. Right?
Control C to copy, Control V to paste.
Yep.
Okay. I started cutting. I made a
See?
shortcut for cut to a new layer.
Ooh.
Scissors.
Okay, add one frame. Here's my, I gotta add it inside the frame. So let's see what I can find here. There's,
We have two Kims tonight. How fast do you think I can confuse them?
I'm already confused. Is the Mary that's here our Mary that used to come visit all the time? Oh my gosh, her last name is escaping me and her username. Do you know what I'm talking about? Who I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Is that you, Mary?
Oh, and to Kimberly. I didn't see you pop in, Kimberly. It's nice to see you.
And there's
Enjoy your
Natalie.
pics, Kimberly.
Sorry, I
Yep,
got
Natalie's here
distracted for a,
tonight.
a second looking to see who was here.
She's on mobile, so I don't know if she'll be able to type an answer very quick because
Oh,
I
gotcha,
know it
gotcha.
takes a minute to flip over to the other screen.
Right. And she
Yep,
may
we
not
got
be
a
able to
couple here
see.
on
Anyway,
mobile
if it's
tonight.
that Mary, we haven't seen her in a long time. And hello.
I know.
And if it's not, a different
Hello,
Mary,
Mary.
just let us know. Hello, Mary. Hello, Mary. And Marilyn. Michelle. Bree.
We have a
Eva.
couple mobiles tonight.
Jennifer. Okay, so, hmm. You look back at my. Oh, that green might be nice. I'm gonna be doing a tiny, tiny thing anyway. Right?
Kim from Pennsylvania says, PA here. The only weirdos that refer to their state by the two-letter abbreviation. I don't know that that's true because I've noticed people here. Okay, so I'm in Las Vegas and people have started, I've heard people call it LVNV. And it took me a minute to realize what they were saying because they're just shortening both of them.
But it sounds like you're having Las Vegas envy.
Yeah, it sounds like who knows what it sounds like, especially the way that people say it
LV
super
envy?
fast. Yeah,
LV
they'll be like,
envy?
LVNV. Wait, what did you say?
What? What was that?
And I'll admit,
Every
Envy
hour.
sounds like a much cooler state to live in than Nevada.
Yes.
Something about it.
Envy. I live in envy.
I live in Envy. Hmm. QLD. That stands for Queensland, right, Trish? Yes! Woohoo! I got an Australia one right, Cheryl.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
There was one that somebody put in the forum the other day, and I looked at the initials and I went, I know that's not where I think it is because the initials worked for a US place. And I was like, but I know you're down in either New Zealand or Australia, and I couldn't remember which one. So I had to Google it and figure out which one it was. She's on the Gold Coast, which just sounds like a pretty place to live. Like just the title of that.
Yep.
Gold Coast.
I live on the Gulf Coast. I
That's true.
do.
But you don't live on the Golfing Coast.
No.
The Gold Coast sounds classy.
It does.
Oh, Desiree, everybody abbreviates it to ATL, Georgia, for Atlanta.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I'm feeling like there's not a whole lot of frames.
Wait, is that a frame with two photos?
It is. I'm
Spots?
fixing to pull it in because it says
That might
little
be the one you have to
PSD.
use. Because you have to put your photos in the frame.
Yep. I see that. Okay. Let's see.
My daughter moved to OKC and I never spell it out. That's kind of like Massachusetts. You try to avoid spelling that one out too. You just go with Mass.
Okay. Frames, come to me. Come to me.
32 degrees Celsius. That sounds glorious, although maybe a little warm. Trying to remember what that is in Fahrenheit. Google tells me that's 89. That sounds glorious. That's
How
not
cold
too
is it
hot
where
for me
you are?
yet. Oh, we're in the 60s today. We're not that cold.
We're colder than you are.
Yeah, which is 15 Celsius for those doing that. Yeah, Julie,
Okay.
I don't want to be anywhere near where you are. She's at negative 21 Celsius, which is negative Fahrenheit. It's negative 5, well,
That's just
5.8.
terrible.
Yeah, just atrocious. We were watching them count down the, what do you call it? The ball in New York last night, and we were watching the the newscasters, like every time they opened their mouths, all this like rush of cold frost air would come out. You could just see it.
Yep.
My son's like, "What are they doing?" I'm like, "They're freezing." That's what they're doing. They are freezing.
Yeah. Our current temp is 31.
It has been beautiful, Natalie. 31. Ooh,
31.
that's cold.
Yep, it was freezing last night. So, okay, so I'm going to use this frame because, yeah,
Because it works, and it's got two
yeah,
spaces.
yep.
They were, Sarah. And then I was watching the countdown here in Vegas by myself because my boys were in bed. My husband worked today. And they're sitting there talking about how Vegas countdown was the best place to be because, hey, look at us. We're not freezing. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so true. Okay,
So
minus 51 Celsius or Fahrenheit? Not that there's much difference when you get that low.
I got to add a journal card. Yikes.
Yes, you do. Because that sounds just like so frigid, I don't even want to imagine it.
That'll be one element. I'm going to go ahead and kind of start picking through my elements to think.
Electra, are you in Russia?
Nope, I don't like that.
Oh, you're in Alberta. Wow.
Can't use any other word scripts. It's very distressing.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, just so you know, there will be things that push you out of your comfort zone. Obviously, I am very out of my comfort zone.
Oh, Alberta is always so cold, too. Can you imagine that one, Cheryl? Negative 51?
No. I mean, okay, so for the journal card, it can have words on it too, right?
Yes.
Or is it just plain?
No, the journal card can have words. I do not believe there was a restriction on that one.
Okay, so you can have
Pretty
words
sure.
there and you can have words on your word art.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yeah, because I put, did I do? I don't remember. I was pulling it up just to double check, but I'm pretty sure you can have, the journal card itself can have words. Um, a lot of people did. So unless everybody's been getting notes that they didn't do it.
I don't want to steer anybody wrong, but I think I'm fixing to pull a journal card that has something on it.
Yeah, it just says add a journal card. It does not specify whether it can have words on it or not.
Because most of them do.
Well, and somebody actually specifically asked if the journaling card has word on it, can that count as both the word art and the journal card? And she said no, two separate
Oh, okay.
requirements. She didn't say no, it can't have it. So, yeah, mine has word art on it, and she didn't tell me, or not word art, mine has a quote on it.
Gotcha.
So, you can't use a headset now. Well, you're not in this section where we let you use the headset to talk, Bree, but you should just be able to connect your audio theoretically. Oh, not to talk, just to listen? I don't know.
Hmm. I don't know.
It's a
Sometimes it is
glitch
just
in
a
Connect.
tutti frutti 2D thing.
I know the last time my headset didn't work, it was, sorry, that's my reminder for next week. Um, I already set my timer for next week. Last time it was actually my computer didn't read the headset right. I had to like tell it to reinstall it or something, but Sarah thought it was her timer. Oh
Okay.
yes, Lisa Girl on Mac.
Here are some
Wait.
choices that I like. 'Tis the season to be jolly, maybe. Fa la
Mm.
la. Happy Christmas.
It is Lisa. Okay, good. I was like, Girl on Mac, I think that's Lisa, and then I felt stupid saying it. Do do do. Little butterfly wings. Now she's in Just Jamie. It's all December. Document your December, Kayla. Yeah, this is a great way to start again. You know, MOC, I'll be honest, MOC really does get me going because it gets me in the habit of doing it. So usually in February, I kind of keep going just because I'm in the habit of carving out that time for myself.
Okay,
Oh,
I think I
Jennifer, you
should.
can do it. You can find what counts.
I think I'm going to use this one. You better watch out.
I like that.
Better watch out. Naughty or nice. Better watch out. Yes, you better. Okay, so solid background, pattern paper. One frame. Place your photos inside your frame. Add a journal card somewhere on your page. Add one piece of word art. You may not include additional journaling. Let your photo tell the story. Add 6 elements. These can be duplicated. Blah. You may not add. Okay, so I'm going to take this 3 off because I will just put the date, and then I'm going to turn that off because now I need to find 6.
Oh, new hours is always an adjustment with jobs and being around the house.
I really liked this here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to put that there. Hmm.
Mm.
Okay, I think I'm going to go really small tonight.
Ooh, small.
Yep, because it is like a more minimalist page, correct?
Lisa says her husband is home more now when she is, and she's not used to that. Julie, I agree. I like it, but it's very atypical Cheryl.
Yes, is very different for me.
Electra,
Mm,
that pattern paper really is cute. I like it. Especially like smaller, like she made it. I don't know. I've been into the small patterns lately.
So,
It cramps my scrapbook time.
okay, so there's number one piece of washi tape. Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe.
Number two,
Maybe.
some sequins.
Desiree says every layout on the first page of her gallery has a white background except one. She needs to branch out. Kim says she's watching Cheryl add elements like it's the easiest thing in the world in complete awe. I
It
feel
is
that way
not
too.
easy. I want to add all the things. This is not easy. I'm like going through it and I'm like,
Hmm.
maybe I want these instead. Come on.
See, this is one of those things where I was like, okay, nope, dumb, just got to commit to that. Now do something else. Commit to that. Do
Yep.
something else.
Okay,
Because
so
I wanted to
1,
add a lot more than
2.
6. I feel your pain, Cheryl. I do.
Yeah.
I'm borderline super minimalist, so 6 was 1 or 2 too many for me. Scatters and a paint mist are a great way to stretch out those elements. It is. So I had paint on mine, Julie. This is a true story. I had paint and I was like, oh, it's not quite big enough. And I was like, okay. So then I wanted to add a different color paint. So then I had 2 paints and then I went, no, I can't use up 2 of my 6 with paint. I ended up deleting them again.
Like, oh.
Okay, so in my tips, one person said that they add Z to the front of a designer or a kit once they know it's been retired. I personally add X just because I do. Basically, it's just renaming the folder. Like I have things from when Amy Martin used to be at TLP. So I have an X, so her folder says X Amy Martin, but then I also have a couple of kits that are just retired. So it'll say like X Cheryl template 25 or whatever the name of the template is, so that it reminds me when I'm looking, oh yeah, that's retired. I can't count it as part of my 75%. Does that make sense, Lisa? Okay. Ooh, paint cluster mess. Bella Gypsy has a lot of those. That would have been a great option for one element.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, smart thinking, Bev. Desiree used 3 for paint. I like it. I added a doily. Can I tell you that, Cheryl? Because I wanted to add more shape to it. I added a doily. I never use doilies. You know that. I like take them off all the templates that I use of yours.
You're like,
I'm like, no doily.
you heifer. Won't use my doilies though. No. Okay, I
You
think I
don't.
like the green ones instead of the gold ones.
I like the green one. I like them both, but that's 2 of your elements.
Yeah. So I got sequins, a flower, washi tape, and a star. I think that washi tape is gonna go. We'll see.
Cat, usually when I go looking for it in the store and it's not there anymore, that's how I find out it's retired. Ooh, Kayla says make sure you tell Julie you used a Whimsy if you use one of Bella Gypsy's just to make sure she knows. Sorry, I know. I was afraid that's what I'd say too, but it's true. But, like I said, we haven't had a retirement sale since March, so if you've bought since then, it's more than likely in the store, unless the designer retired. Right, Cheryl?
Yep.
At least we don't do a huge retirement sale in December. Could you imagine? Like, you would have no idea. You'd be like, I don't know what just retired and what I can still use.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I always have shopping to do. It doesn't matter. I really should be one of those people who just like deletes the kits after I use it because I prefer to shop. Ooh, new hard drive. How big? Ooh, 5 terabytes. That'll be fun. That's true, Sarah. Designers tend to keep things in their store for a long time.
Oh, I'm so conflicted. It's terrible. Okay. Let's see here.
3 of her 5 is filled. Ooh. I I have a couple hanging out, and yeah, I really should consolidate down to one.
Okay.
Where are you going to put your date? Oh, you could put it on the journal card too.
Yeah. I'm
A
gonna
date
stick it
tag
on
would be
my
cute. That's from Kayla.
Okay. I'm gonna pull this up some.
Oh, no, Sarah, I have one EHD that has just my photos and my scrap kits on it. Another one that has my photos, my mom's photos, and my scrap kits on it. Another one that has like everything on it. And then it's all on this computer, and half of it's on another laptop and in the cloud. So I have more than one. I think most of my photos have 3 or 4 copies. And then the one in the cloud and the one on the main computer. I have a problem.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. Chose that star paper, and because I drug it in, I didn't see where it came from. Let's see if I can find
Ooh.
that really quick.
I bet, Desiree,
There it is.
after losing
Seasons,
your homeschool
greetings.
folder, it might not seem like overkill. Okay, Sarah, that's completely why I have my mother's photos, because it freaks me out that she only has them on her laptop that's like 7 years old. Hold on, my kid's turning 8 and she's had it since before then. So it's like 8 years old, and it scares me that that's the only place she keeps them. An 8 terabyte? Ooh.
Okay. I'm gonna delete my instructions here because I don't need that anymore. That
200
tape.
bucks at Best Buy. You know, Kim, I do a cloud backup. I have my photos on EHD, as you heard, they're like all over the place, but they are all like all of my photos are on 3 EHDs that I know, and then the other 2 places I think have about half of them each. However, I do a cloud backup because I lived through too many storms where we lost power, and I've seen so many people lose their hard drives or their computers or have them stolen. I'd rather pay the money. I'm like, I am perfectly okay paying the money to have that peace of mind that I have a third backup that's not here. So I know it can be kind of a pain. Actually, mine's not really a pain, but I know it can be a pain to set up, but I really appreciate it. I use Backblaze. It's cheap, it's easy, and it works with files on. I actually have like 2 of my EHDs backed up on it, plus the computer. You can actually back up any EHDs. It does only keep up for 30 days, but I just plug it in within 30 days. And I think, isn't
Okay,
that who you
ladies.
use too, Cheryl? Is Backblaze?
That's who I use, yeah.
And that's who restored yours when your whole thing went kaput, right?
Right. Yes. Okay, so here I go, guys. Fixing to jack this up. I'm gonna name this Mach 6 Challenge 1. Let's see, I'm gonna call this, because this is the one I'm going to print. Naughty or nice. And Cheryl, 12/3. So, because this isn't my style per se, so I'm gonna make myself happy. I'm gonna have this layout here to post, but I'm going to change this up a little bit. So don't feel like your time is wasted, when you're putting your pages together and one doesn't necessarily suit your style. You can definitely do this.
Kim has 84.8 gigabits from 5 days in Disney. That might be a record for me that I've heard. Okay, have the 8 been around long enough though to be steady? Because I remember when they first came out with the hard drives that were like, was it the 4s or the 5s? Or even the 3s, and they were having so many issues with them because they just weren't stable enough, I guess would be the word. No, you cannot do a second word strip as an element. She specifies that in the instructions.
Yeah, right now I'm totally
Oh
doing
no,
this for
Cheryl's just
my
playing.
own. This is for my own printing, because you'll see in just a second here. In fact, I'll open it up. I'll open.
Sorry, in case you're confused, Cheryl's just playing now.
Yeah.
She followed the instructions for the MOC and now she's making it her way for printing.
Because here's the one that I did for the challenge. It met the requirements. I have my 5 elements, my word strip, my journal card, which does have text on it, but it is a journal card. My
You have
frame.
5 elements or 6?
Uh,
You
1,
need 6,
2,
honey.
3, 4, 5. Oh boy.
You need 6.
I think I'm going to pull that washi tape back in then, because I liked that.
I do too, Kat. I like having it on OneDrive. We actually have OneDrive I call the file cabinet, and it's like everything. But then I have one that it's strictly photos, and so if I'm using the laptop, I can use my photos and my kits. Aww. Sarah says it's a good thing I have your back.
Right?
I know, you don't want to get a PM saying,
Otherwise,
hey.
she'd be like, hello, you're a designer here. Can you not get yourself together?
That's
Okay.
not true. She'd write you ever so nicely and say, hey, Cheryl, I counted twice and I can only get to 5. Where's 6?
Yeah. So washi tape, 3 flowers, a star, and a sequin scatter. All right. So that is the one I will post in the forum.
Did you save it again?
Then I did.
Okay.
And then this is the one that I am modifying for my personal happiness.
There you go.
Nope, come on now.
The one thing that drove me nuts about my page is I wanted to flip the pattern and the solid because I'm realizing how much more of a person I am to put the pattern on the background and the solid under the photos.
Right.
It was killing me not to do that. But then I see you do
Well,
the patterns under the photos all the time, and I'm like, it's pretty.
it is. It's very pretty.
Phew, I'm
It is
not the only one
very
who feels
pretty.
that way. Good to know. Julie loves that paper. Desiree says the Rose Bowl is a really good football game. She can't pay attention to that and this.
Who's winning? I need to update.
Waiting for the updates. Waiting.
Waiting.
Tied. Nobody's winning.
Oh my gosh.
But are they tied at 0 or tied at a higher score? 45 to 45, 55 seconds to go.
Oh
Wow.
God, they may be going into overtime then.
Ooh. Are you getting antsy? Your game starts.
I know. I'm trying not to, but I am getting a little, I have to admit.
Will they have a bunch of pomp and circumstance before they actually start the game, though? Or is kickoff
Well,
at a quarter to?
this game is on before our game, so
Kat says
and
her husband said they'll hold the other game for this one.
yeah. So,
Oh, okay.
all right.
So
So I
overtime would be
think
good for you.
yeah, very good. But we'll see what happens. I'm pulling for Georgia.
Desiree is pulling for Georgia because the championship game is Atlanta. But her daughter met Baker Mayfield last night, so she is torn. Okay, so you guys ready? This is my so I'm not so sporty sports person. Who's playing in the championship game? Georgia versus.
We don't know yet. It's whoever wins this game and whoever wins our game. So it could be Georgia or Oklahoma or Alabama or Clemson.
But she
So,
said she wants Georgia to win, so I assumed Georgia was playing right now.
yes, they are. So Georgia is playing Oklahoma.
Ah, okay.
And if they win, they'll play the winners of the next game, which is Alabama and Clemson. So whoever wins that game is who will be playing against whoever wins this game.
Okay. See, because I'm sitting here going, I don't even know who's playing. Oh, Julie, I'm like you. I'm really not that sporty sport girl.
I never used to be, guys. I have to tell you, never used to be. And now I like to watch Alabama. I started watching one night. My husband went to watch a championship game, and I just wanted to see what was happening because he's usually at home watching with me, and he wasn't. And so I was like, well, what's happening? You know?
Uh-huh.
And he, I meant to put a different shadow on that. So I watched it, and I watched it all by myself. And I was like, who am I? What has happened to me? I don't know who I am anymore.
Julie says you can tell because of the way we say things like sporty sports. I do follow hockey though, Julie, so I do know a little bit. Kat, you said you only follow your team. You won't discuss the kind of year you had. Is your team BYU? Because I heard they had a really bad team, and I may not even be talking the same league anymore. Can you change your name in the forum? It's just Lisa. I like to be girl on Mac. I don't know, but that's probably something Laura would have to do, huh?
Oh yeah, I would
Yeah.
think Laura could
You
change
can,
that for you.
yeah, you can ask her. Because I want to say that we talked about that at one point on the back end too. So, okay, I have to tell you though, Kayla, people watching sports outside of the state of Utah is so much more fun because most of them are drunk, and so it's hilarious. It's much cooler than doing it inside Utah, where the alcohol is different.
Uh,
Cat follows Arkansas, and they fired our coach at the end of the year. Want to know a funny story about that cat? I'm going to share because this is one of Courtney's weird little things. So I learned the states when I lived in Canada quite often. And so I didn't learn at Arkansas at first. And this is not my teacher's fault. This is totally my fault. I learned at Arkansas because it says Kansas in it. So yeah, I called it Arkansas for a couple years before somebody bothered to correct me.
you're like, thanks,
Yep. I'm like, why didn't anybody correct me?
right?
That's not uncommon. Oh, good. Close enough. The coach at FSU left, but he was definitely encouraged. Kim says it's starting to look like a Cheryl page.
Right? So don't be afraid to do what you need to do before you print it for your album. because you
And
want it to
don't be
be.
afraid to embrace the challenge either.
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't me.
Hmm.
But that didn't mean I couldn't rock it,
Exactly.
because I did. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you learn things. Like some of the um, techniques are things that it's like, oh, cool, I learned how to do something, and it may not be the end result that I like to go back and repeat, but there's piece of it that I'll go back and use.
But I do like that this started out easy. It was like
Yes.
a nice, easy way. Because my way does take a little bit more time because I add so many things, you know.
I love that. Sarah says they gave her daughter a U.S. Atlas a few years ago, and one day she said that dancer is from Utah. It took forever to realize she meant Utah.
Uh,
That's another one that's weird. The challenge was perfect for my minimalist heart, but trying to use an exact amount of elements was stressful.
right? It's like you want to just, I want to be free. Be
So,
free to add
you know
whatever
what's
I want or
helped?
don't want. Uh,
One of the things that's helped me before doing those things was to do to find one of the more minimalist designers. Like last year, I think I did all of my minimalist pages using Paislee or Paisley Press or One Little Bird because they don't have as many elements in there, so I'm not tempted by a whole bunch, if that makes sense.
right.
Oh, Ata. Uh-oh, Ata. I like that even better, Sarah. Kat says she's mistake prone. Kayla wants you to make this into a template, please.
Okay, I can do that.
You should just like wait and make all of them into a template and then just call it, unless of course it's a template challenge and then that's something totally different, but
Right.
just call it like the MOC template pack. Overtime in the football game.
MOC. They're in overtime. Overtime.
Overtime. So your game's probably not on TV yet.
No, because it's on the same channel. And my
Yep,
husband isn't hollering or doing anything yet, so
not yet.
surprise. Well, he's trying to be really nice and be quiet right now.
Gotcha. That took me a second, Kayla. Kayla said, or a WCS pack, and I was like, WCS? Which league is that? Then it dawned on me, you meant watch Cheryl scrap. Oh, goodness gracious.
I like that.
Who is the pink flower snowflake star thing by?
Ooh, that's Winter Wonderland Snowflakes, and it's by Rebecca McMeen. And I love that whole pack. I will come over here to even show you the whole pack. Hang on, let me scroll back down there. It's gonna take me
Thank you.
just a
It is
second.
awesome.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so you
The
can
heart
see.
one could actually almost be used at like Clover Day,
Okay,
St.
so
Patrick's
there
Day.
is Winter Wonderland Snowflakes. There's the preview. Here's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, that's the one you were talking about for March.
Yes!
That one and that one,
Yes!
right?
I mean, especially a Utah March, right, Kayla? You guys always have snow in March.
Yeah, 15. This is the one I used. 16, 17. I mean, do you see how many are in here?
Kayla goes, what is, or Kimberly goes, I was wondering, what is Clover Day? And Sarah and Kat both have to go buy it now. And Kayla.
Well, they're so pretty. I mean, look at that.
I think they're gorgeous.
All right, so there all those are. I'm going to pull that back over now. So I'm not like making you sick with all my little things. Back up Here, so I'm gonna grab some.
Clover Day. You know, there's days when I can't think of words and I just make them up. I used to tell my
Words are
husband, if
hard.
Shakespeare can make them up, so can I.
Right. You go, girl. You
Well,
go.
he likes to tell me when I'm as famous as Shakespeare, I can write them up all I want. It's cute. Aw, thanks, Kimberly. That's sweet of you to say. That's her birthday. She's going to start calling it that, too. I love it. Oh, the Sugar Bowl is about to kick off on ESPN2.
Don't rush me. I'm finishing a masterpiece here.
But Cheryl, the number one rule of MOC is they don't all have to be masterpieces.
No, they don't. But I'm doing my thing here. I'm jiving.
Kim says she'd rather watch you scrap than watch football.
What?
Wait, there's another sports ball game tonight? Julie, yes, it's Cheryl's team.
Sporty sports. No, I don't want to use that.
For real, especially Alabama, unless they're losing.
Is it
Oh,
the kickoff?
those are fighting words, right?
It's still in overtime?
I don't know.
Olivia was in here.
Clemson is receiving.
Oh.
I hope the
I
team
like
with the
this.
nice costume scores a basket. I love it, Sarah. Okay, so true story. You know how they do that thing in March where you pick basketball, and there's a bunch of teams, and
March Madness?
there we go. That's the word. And so our work one day did that, and they were like, here, pick things. So I picked I filled out a bracket completely based on the color or their mascot, and I won. And people were like, how did you get that far? You won. You had the most points. I was like, I went by who had the better mascot, because obviously a bear could beat a lion. Yeah, they didn't talk to me again after that about that.
A bear can beat a lion?
Totally. A bear can beat a lion.
I love you. Fantastic. That is also me with any other sport. And really, honestly, while I'm watching the game, I'm like, what just happened? Can you explain to me what just happened? A lot of times it's going too fast, or I don't understand. Like, Jay somehow sees he's like, oh my God, they're setting up, they're doing blah, 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 they're doing this. And I'm like, what just happened? I don't know what you're talking about. He can see what's happening on the field, and I'm just like, there's a bunch of guys out there huddled up in the middle, and I just want to make sure my guy gets the ball. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
See,
I can watch football sometimes, but I'm just not. Like, it's good for naps. We have football naps in my house a lot.
Yeah. So I'm still a sporty sport. I'm not very. Yeah. I'm the friend that doesn't know much about sports and will embarrass you likely.
So there's an SNL skit that I saw the other day, and I don't remember if there's language in it. It's SNL, there probably is, but they had this guy who was supposed to be covering like the hockey game, and he was like, yeah. So they're like, and they're asking him like these sport questions, and he's like, I don't know. Yeah. So the score's this.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those like funny little, I don't know, parodies, because it's so true.
You're like, what?
See, Kayla, I can only watch the last 3 minutes of a basketball game. Because to me, yeah, it totally moves quicker, Sarah, I agree. But it's so boring in a way, because they're just going to hand the ball to the other team team's going to go score. Then they're going to hand the ball back, and that team's going to go score. But the last, 2 to 3 minutes are okay, because you get to see who's going to score the most at the very end. Yeah, that's my top. And it's funny, because I played basketball once upon a time, and I guess I thought it was boring back then, too. Football is totally slow. You know what? Yeah, they huddle longer than the play lasts. I've never been able to understand how a football game, people be like, oh yeah, they play, what is it, 4 quarters of 15 minutes? And I'm
Yeah, and
like,
it lasts like
okay,
hours.
that should be an hour. So how is this game 4 hours long? But then again, I watch hockey, so I have nowhere to talk.
All right, guys, I think I'm going to call this one done. What do y'all think?
I like it.
I like it a lot. Like it a lot. I don't know. I think I need a couple of little more tiny things. Let's see.
Much more Cheryl-y.
Right? I mean, we all have our own little style, the things that we like, and yeah. Um,
Oh, and for those of you who this is your first time, we don't usually talk this much sports. Normally it's food.
yeah. Give us a whirl. Oh, there's something else I want to talk to you about because I was talking to Courtney about it. We can come in here and we can do the Adobe Connect pretty much really anytime I want to, but I thought it might be fun to do some little Facebook Live things maybe. And I didn't know if anyone would be interested in doing that because it's like maybe easier to see and interact and all that jazz.
Kim
When
says
you're
Facebook Live is fun too.
okay. So we may try that. Like if I'm scrapping later on tonight after the game, depends on how sleepy I am. Um,
Kelly raised her hand. I think that means yes. That was cool. I've never seen somebody raise their hand before.
I was like, I didn't know if she wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Like, she's
Kimberly says she's
probably
not a Facebook person.
Kelly's probably saying yes, she would like to do that, and or Cheryl, why are you not already off the computer?
That's true.
She's the Alabama chick too.
Kimberly likes Facebook, but not the live things. And Kat says she likes both, but the chat here is easier to follow. That's true. It does go super fast on Facebook Live, and I always feel like you don't have very much spots. Raising your hand is not a new option, but it's kind of funny because now like a couple of you are doing it, and it's kind of making me laugh.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna do maybe a little. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think I'm missing anything? I'm gonna open up my other layout.
Aw, Kim, that's sweet. She says she doesn't know if they would hear me laugh on Facebook. Might hear me curse and scream.
Okay. So this is not a bad layout. This is not. This is not bad. And in fact, really, to make it more like me, I should probably just increase that size a little bit more. Yes.
Woo! The magic of Photoshop. Doot!
Doot, doot. So
That
what
would
do you
have been
think?
so much
Should I
cooler
do
if you could have
that?
seen my hands.
Should I go big or should I go small?
I like it bigger.
Okay.
But then that's just me.
Okay. So I'm going to leave it bigger. And
Bigger is better, somewhere in between.
okay. So here we go. That looks more like me, right? But then, bam, that looks like me.
I think so.
Even with the small photos.
I agree.
And in fact, I think it might be fun to take these two photos. Let's see.
I like that. Kayla says the one is your dressed down version.
Yes. And I'm going to add my little photo edges on them and make them, ooh, hey. Make that. And then let's pop these underneath one of those papers. Oh no.
Dressed up and dressed down.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Your family? The game's on. Come on. Right?
Yep, pretty much. Are you coming? What are you doing?
The natives are restless. Can you hear them? I meant the
Well,
one at my house, by the way, in case that was unclear.
oh, that's cute. Yes. Yeah. I think I'm gonna even make them littler. Like, it's like a little photo strip thing.
Ooh, the Rose Bowl's going into the second overtime.
Ooh, this is exciting.
Leandra says you take the best selfies, Cheryl.
Oh, yes, that's because I take a bunch of them. I already deleted the other ones or I'd show you, but okay, I think I
It's
need to go
true,
back up the top.
especially with digital. Take a couple and pick the best.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think about that? Little tiny happy down there in the corner.
I like it.
Pull that up a little bit. Oh, I could just keep going all night. Sorry, guys.
A couple or 20, I lean towards 20. The tiny pics are cute.
Bring that up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, yay. Okay, that's pretty cool.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll make a fabulous template.
There you go.
Let's see here. Yeah, probably should make sure that stays on here, but I like it like that. Okay, just gonna leave it off. All right, guys. I'm gonna stop recording here to shake some lamb's tail.